I want to tell you a secret. There is something everybody wants. One thing that everyone, regardless of their age, nationality, social status, even net worth wants. And that is attention. You see, when you give people attention, you basically make them feel heard, listened to, understood, and as a consequence, they feel special and unique. And obviously, everybody likes that. But why, you might ask, do so many people, if not everyone, need that much attention? To find the answer, all you have to do is observe society. Let me give you a few examples. Do you know the TV show Big Brother? It's about a bunch of people with no talents nor skills, locked in a room, who assume they have the right to become rich and famous simply because they are, because they can speak and they have a story to tell. Or else, look at social media. Do you see what your friends, and maybe yourself too, post on Facebook? Stuff like, I'm going to the supermarket, and who cares? But yet people think the least important things are still worth sharing with others. Lastly, if you want to do a little bit of research yourself, I invite you to sit in a crowded coffee shop and, while you pretend you're reading a magazine, instead listen to random conversations. If you do this, I bet that the single word you're likely to hear more often is I or me. You will notice how many people don't listen to each other anymore. They just wait for their turn to jump into the conversation and speak. In fact, we can't call these conversations anymore, but rather monologues. If you agree with me that attention is the most wanted and sought after thing in the world, you have already realized how many opportunities the ability to give consistent attention can get you. And you surely understand how much this will make you stand out, since most people are craving attention and only a few are willing to give it. In my almost 20 years experience in the international luxury industry, an industry that clients approach to feel special and unique, I've learned that the most powerful tool to give consistent and tangible attention to people is called active listening. And in this video, I'm going to show you the 5 steps you need to follow to master it and change your business. First of all, let me say that active listening is different from simple listening, and the difference is all in the outcome. While listening means hearing information with the aim to retain it and act accordingly, active listening means engaging physically in the conversation with the intention to make the speaker, or in our case, the client or the stakeholder, feel totally understood. And when people feel understood, 2 things happen. First, they start liking and, most importantly, trusting you. Second, they open up more, sharing more information you'd ever dare to ask for. So, are you ready for the 5 steps that will make you a master of active listening? Number 1, eye contact. As obvious as it may sound, there is no way you can make someone feel listened to unless you keep eye contact at all times. And since mystery shopping is one of my lines of business, I can tell you with a fair amount of certainty that proper eye contact is one of the things that frontliners, and not only, disregard the most. When you keep eye contact with your clients, you have to remember from time to time to look aside, like this. In body language, that means I am digesting the information. Number 2, nod your head. In body language, nodding your head means I understand, or at least I'm making an effort to understand you. And that's so very important and works across cultures and continents. Something you need to know: the more often you nod your head, the more rapport you're building with the person you're talking to. So, if you're selling, you might want to nod it often. But if you're buying or negotiating instead, and you want the counterpart to make an effort and build rapport with you, you can choose to nod your head less often. Number 3, use words of encouragement. When it's your turn to speak, rather than jump into the conversation and share your opinion, try to use simple words that encourage your clients to speak more. Words like, and, really, interesting, tell me more, are very powerful. Next time you're with a client, just say really and stop talking. Not knowing how to handle silence, your client will speak more and will ultimately share more information and feel good about it. And as somebody said, information is power. Number 4, take notes. Taking notes is a powerful way to make people feel important and retain information, and retain it in the correct order and with the same words your client has used. You might know that the words we use tell a lot about how we see things, and ultimately, when you store this information correctly, perhaps in your CRM, you can leverage on it during your future meetings with the client. Number 5, use your client's keywords. words. If you're still watching this video, you must have realized by now that you should listen much more than you speak. Yet, when it's time for you to speak, perhaps to explain the benefits of your product or services, don't forget to use keywords used by your clients. As explained earlier, the words we use tell something about our worldview, and when you use certain words your client is familiar with, he or she will feel once again understood by you and on the same wavelength. Now that you know the 5 steps of active listening, all you have to do is practice until it becomes a habit, or even better, a personality trait. I can't even begin to say how many opportunities active listening can bring to your business and to your life. But let me warn you, it's not going to be easy. The more you use this tool, the more people will want your attention. There will be days when you will be overwhelmed, when you will want your fair share of talking. These are the days when you might consider giving it up. But by then, you will have discovered how many benefits active listening can provide, and you will keep practicing it and using it.